Hey guys, it's me again, Michael Kocher. I thank you again for joining me for another class in North Carolina Central's fundamental skills of motor learning. So today what we're going to cover are three quick things, which are scooping in lacrosse, shooting in lacrosse, and the dodge roll in lacrosse. So that being said, let's jump right into our warm-ups and then we could start getting into learning the basic fundamentals of these 3 points. So we're going to start off full body, head to toe. Start with the neck rolls, 5 each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoulders, small circles, 10 forward, 10 back. 7, 8, 9, 10 back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Big circles, 10 back, 10 forward. Forward. Windmill. Switch. Let's do torso twists, 5 each side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip rotation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. Knees and ankles. Switch. We're going to do quads. Switch. Hamstring stretch. Up, down. Up, down. Crossover legs. Switch. All right, now that we got our body somewhat warmed up, let's get our gear and get ready to start practicing. Now, today I don't have a lacrosse net, so I'm going to be demonstrating with a broom. First thing I want to go over, though, because you need to know briefly about cradling when it comes to scooping and shooting. Maybe not so much for shooting, but definitely for scooping. Cradling is just a basic concept where you're being able to flick the wrist or rock the wrist in order to control the ball. The point of cradling is just to control the momentum of the ball, so this way as you're scooping it, as you're moving, as you're rolling, as you're picking, you're making the slight little movement just to cradle, rock, roll, like however you want to say it, the proper terms, cradle. But you're keeping control of the ball in the head of your stick. Now, as you can see here, we have the ball right there in the ground. As we're coming up to the ball in the middle of the game, there's a couple things that you need to know. One, protecting the ball is priority. So when you go to step in with the ball, you're stepping in and you're placing your dominant foot with your dominant hand, which is at the head of the racket, to the outside of the ball. So this way, as the opponents are coming in to whack the ball, you are already have some protection coming from the outside leg as you step to scoop. As you go to scoop, you don't want to be like a shovel. I mean, I know that's kind of the position I'm in right now, but scoop a little lower. Get the stick as parallel to the ground, so when you go to scoop the ball, you're like this. And this is where the cradling comes in, because as you're scooping, you're going to cradle and bring the ball up to your head. The reason why you bring it to your head in a similar motion like this is so now the ball's protected. As the opponent goes to swipe, the ball's up by your head, you have it, and you start moving. If they go to whack for the ball and they hit you, now you have a penalty shot. So in fast motion, what it's going to look like real quick is something like this. And as you can see, the follow-up positions here as I go to take off. Okay, briefly, now we're going to go over a roll or a dodge. It's pretty simple. As you have your stick, you're running with your hand up, your dominant hand towards the head of the stick. Here you are coming, you're running. Now you're coming up to your opponent. Whichever way you're going to roll is going to be your plant foot. So if I'm going to roll to my right, or to my left rather, my left foot is going to be the plant foot. If I'm going to roll to my right foot is going to be the plant foot. When you go to roll, you want to roll as close to the opponent as possible. You want to drop your stick down to the middle and switch hands as you're rolling out. And again, you're rolling to your dominant, the lead foot for your plant foot is going to be the foot of the direction you roll. You roll right, your right foot is dominant. So just to give you a quick walkthrough, you're coming with your stick, I'm rolling to the left, stick comes down, middle of my body, I roll to the left. As I'm rolling to the left, my stick or my hand shift, my left hand now is towards the head of the stick, and as I come out, I'm in this position. As I go to roll to my right, stick comes down, right leg's planted, I roll out. As I come out of my roll, hand switched. Sticks constantly to my body. I don't have it all the way out here as I'm spinning, because as I'm rotating, if I go like this, the opponent can reach right around me and have a free shot at knocking the ball loose, because the stick's just out here, the head's out there, and it's easy to knock it out. So after the dodge, I'm now in position to score. Now, if I'm squared up and I go to shoot and you are the goal, when I go to do my follow through, I am now finishing up over here. So you always want your shoulders facing where you're going to be aiming at. My hands are going to shift from the head to the middle of my stick. My non-dominant hand is going to be at the base of the stick. My shoulders are going to be parallel, not squared. And as I go to shoot, I'm following through and following up, pointing at you. Elbow is guiding the way. Stop, shoot. My knee is going to kind of open up my hip, cross the body, shoot. Same thing. So if I go to shoot underhand, my elbow is up, my follow through is here. A lot of people like to do, pretend like it's a golf swing and think they're shooting underneath. If you don't have that elbow pointed up and you go to shoot and it's not guiding, and what I mean by guiding or pointing, not only aiming with the elbow, but aiming with the butt of the stick. When you go to shoot, aim, fire off, you're not going to be finishing here. You're going to be finishing wherever your elbow, wherever everything is, wherever it's guided and starting to be pointed from. You're just going to be not ending up with a solid follow through. You definitely need to make sure that it's pointed. Elbow, wrist, butt of the stick. Aim, shoot, follow through. Let's break down now. We'll break into some separate teams. We will work on some scooping. We will then work on some passes going around. We'll do some shooting with unassisted, ungoaled shots, and then we'll call it a day. All right, I thank you for joining me for my simple class today. Sorry for the little ramble there. Got a little, I don't know if it's excited or nervous. Lacrosse necessarily isn't my sport, so just brushing up on the basics and trying to relay the information to you at times can be a little taxing. Hope you guys enjoyed my class for North Carolina Central's fundamental skills and lessons. This was lacrosse on scooping, dodging, and basics of shooting. Again, for our cool down, let's start head to toe. Do the neck rotations, 5 and 5, switch, arms, small circles, big circles, windmill, 10 each directions, switch, big circles, switch, windmill, switch, torso, hip rotation, switch, knees and ankles. And as for the static stretching, I'll let you guys do the static stretching on your own. I appreciate you guys coming out with me. Again, my name is Michael Kocher. This has been NCCU's class of fundamental skills, and we went over lacrosse, scooping, dodging, and shooting. I appreciate your time, and thank you for just coming along the journey with me.